struggle.
Tell me what you think. Been a long time since I looked at the receipt. I been getting lit, bitch, everything neat. And my name on the D, know everything cheap. Please don't worry about me, I make a bag in the sleep. I can't eat break, I need a 24 feet.
The date of this podcast, 5/18/2026.
Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy SONNRONDUE. Yes, that's me. And we have the other host. Sometimes he does the most. Raise your hand and say a toast to the boy, the man, the graveyard's very own Ghost the Rebel.
You know what? I'm gonna get that up to you. I like that. Thank you so much for that amazing intro. Thank you so much, brother. How y'all doing? It's your boy Ghost. I do be doing the most of the time, or life is doing the most to me, and I'm just simply mirroring it. It hurt. But we also have.
You got LTG Live TV.
He got his own intro. I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You've been saying yeah a lot, and you didn't do that before prior to, you know what, we'll wait for it.
So we have a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about today. This is going to be a very special episode. I think this one may top our Sinners episode, if I'm going to be honest. Just because this is going to be very controversial.
Oh boy. And we got notes.
And we got notes. And then a little bit later, we have another special guest coming on into the podcast. Not gonna say names just yet, but just know. Okay. But for right now, we're gonna let this marinate a little bit. But I do want to let you guys know. So I saw something the other day that kind of messed me up a little bit. It really had me thinking, like, what if your personality isn't exactly you? It's just everything that you've been through, i.e., your habits, your trauma, and, your influence in a sense,
Mm-hmm. All right, this is how we starting. Okay.
And low key, I feel like music might be the biggest example of that. So to really think about it, who you were at 10 versus who you are now, I could definitely tell you guys the Ron that I was at, 10 years old versus the Ron that's 27 today are two completely different people. But, as a lot of people are probably thinking, like, well, obviously you're an adult now. Mm-hmm. Yes and no. I say yes and no because not a lot of people our age and older have grown up. Both mentally and spiritually, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So my question to you guys, and I'll answer this as well. When do you guys think that you became like yourselves? Do you believe it was your environment, your friends, what you watched, what you listened to, et cetera, et cetera?
If I'm going first, I'll say everything is a influence. What you eat, what you see, what you hear, how you feel, what you go through. All that shapes your personality. It's not just one thing. Me right now, so that if I was locked in the room for 26 years versus my life right now, it would be a totally different Lewis at 24. Because I went through shit. I experienced shit. I can't experience shit for real if I'm just locked in a room. They feed me. I eat, sleep, shit, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to have to go through things for things to change for real. Can't just get older.
Okay, Ghost.
Oh boy, this is such a loaded question, and I have such a loaded answer. Maybe it's a simple question, but I have such a loaded answer because you know me personally. But to answer your question, what age did I start essentially being myself? It was age 30, actually. So roughly 6 years ago, and it's interesting just because I thought I knew who I was and how I was operating, living day to day prior to 30. And I was, but I had to come to grips that I was actually masking who I was genuinely from other people. Just because I was afraid of how I was going to be perceived. feedback, backlash, or just people just leaving me. And it didn't hit until a special person at the time came into my life and actually asked the question, "Who are you?" Prior to that, no one asked that question. And I had to sit with myself for a long while and be like, you know what? I think I know who I am, but that's a problem. I should know who I am. Not because of my age, but it's just like people need to know who they are themselves. So, age 30.
Have you guys ever caught yourself acting like somebody else without realizing it?
Yes.
That's a great question. Acting like somebody else without noticing.
I think it's also like, I think most of us do it passively without us knowing. Like, because,
Yeah.
like, I think it's more of like a human thing more than like a creator or an artist thing. Where I'm getting at is that when people come up with ideas or innovative ideas, you kind of stem like certain traits from stuff that influences you or that inspired you. A good example is content creating, right? Making videos. We've had this conversation before. One of our strongest influences were Corey Kenshin, right? His editing style, the way he went about things. It's like, okay, you take certain elements that you think you can like either mimic or manipulate to try to make it your own. Basically, what I'm saying is like we all take inspiration from different things. And that's what makes up your unique thing. So in that you can kind of get lost into like being a clone in a sense. Actually, you know what's a perfect example? I Show Speed. There was somebody, it was a white dude. There was someone that basically copied and pasted what I Show Speed was doing. Literally word for word, bar for bar, trying to get notoriety. But at the same time, it's like, why are you trying to be a clone of somebody else when you could just do your own shit? I mean, you can like deviate and kind of like do something that I Show Speed would do, but kind of do like the inverse or the opposite. But this dude did literally copy and paste, same thing. That's fucking whack. But you can get lost in it and not even know.
Yeah, because that guy, he's not in it for the art. He's in it for
The fame, the
financial
notoriety,
gains. Yeah,
exactly the money. And we get it,
money
but
and
that shit's
yeah,
ass. Because then you're gonna be known for that. Like, oh, you're the dude
right.
who copied this person bar for bar. I'm like, oh, that's a nasty sentence. So sometimes we do it passively. Some people do it blatantly.
Yeah, and when I first started, content creating, and a lot of people know this, and Ghost, this as well. Outside of like Markiplier, who I first started watching, YouTube, Afro Senju was pretty much up there as well. And I remember like when I first started, like talking on the mic and everything, because initially when I first started my channel, I didn't speak, like I didn't say words. I just was one of those people that, and we've all watched them. Like we'll just upload a gameplay of whatever of us playing the game, and that'll be that. And it wasn't until I started like trying to talk more, I started trying to channel his character into my own stuff. And when I realized that, I was like, yo, this shit is kind of whack, and I didn't really feel comfortable because it felt like I was plagiarizing this person, and I feel like just because I don't want to use the word idolize, but because we like this person or we like their content and we try to emulate or bite off what they have, it can be very what's the word?
Cringe.
Yeah. It can be very cringe, but also we can kind of lose ourselves to it, kind of like
Right.
what you guys said about old dude copying I Show Speed's thing. He's doing it for the wrong reasons versus I Show Speed, which as cringe as he can be, he really did work for his stuff.
You did.
So
Right.
and I respect him for that.
I mean, in an interview, even DMX said with the Breakfast Club that he doesn't even listen to other rappers like that because he didn't want to end up sounding like them. So some people would take those type of measures to not even, end up trying to copy and paste someone.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. And I feel like a lot of people think that they're original, but they're just well mixed versions of everything that's around them, which can be very scary in a sense, you know. And I feel like that, again, that kind of goes back into the emulation of the person that we're trying to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if they're like alone, or if they don't have like their parents, or don't have a father, or don't have a mother, then yeah, that's gonna. If you don't have the guidance, it can be scary. I definitely agree. You don't have the
Yeah.
guidance,
Or the resources, or just the exposure.
yeah,
Period.
right.
Yeah. And so I feel like that's how music can be as well. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of what I mean. So, when it comes to music, I feel like I'll use this as an example, or I guess this is a kind of another question. I know that this happens to me a lot, especially when I feel a certain kind of way. But do you feel like whenever you guys listen to music, like your mood kind of changes depending on what kind of music you're listening to? Like, I'll say, for example, like whenever I'm pissed off at my girl, sometimes I'll throw on Future. And we all know why niggas will throw on. Niggas will know why you throw on Future when you're mad at your girl.
God damn,
you,
not Future, bro. Shit.
you know, sometimes I'll throw on some Future, or sometimes I'll put on some rock. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the chaos that it brings. You know what I'm saying? And it takes my mind away from whatever the fuck we argued about, whether it's stupid or whether it was something that was very serious, and I need to get away for a moment. Do you guys kind of have those same thoughts and feelings, and do you guys feel like it changes? I don't want to say it changes your character, but it changes like what you're feeling and how it affects your day in a sense.
I think we had a similar conversation like this in the past on the pod, but
I think we
I
did
don't
too.
think
I just
music is
remember.
that. Okay, yeah, yeah. I still don't think that music is that influential. Like music can impact your mood. I mean, but not change someone's character. I believe it can impact the way you feel at a certain moment. That's why there's different music for different situations. Like the same music you listen to while you may be at the spa is not going to be the same music you listen to at the club. So it's just music just for situational for different things, and I don't think it's that like impactful, like change your character. Music just for me is another form of entertainment. It's like watching TV, looking at some artwork, watching a movie, stuff like that. So I don't think it's that impactful. I think it can impact your mood. Like music definitely impacts your mood. It definitely notes that are happy notes and dark notes and things like that. But in terms of like impacting you in terms of your character, I don't think so.
Okay, Gus, what do you think?
Trying to figure out how fast I can have this tequila delivered to me. This
He
is
said I gotta be intoxicated to feel
bro,
this one.
not intoxicated, but just loosen my fucking belt because I'm also okay. So I'm also trying to work on my reaction, like not being as reactive, because I do recognize it is a problem or it can be a problem if it's not in check. Because like you said in the beginning, very passionate, very shit chaotic. I'm very chaotic. Well, not very chaotic, but I can be, and that's like, you know what? Let's
A little bit of a
fine
shit
tune it,
stir.
huh?
That's a little bit of a shit stir.
If it needs to happen, absolutely, absolutely. You know, I'm not gonna just do it just to do it, but like we're doing it for substance and doing for substance and try to grow at the same time. Because I'm not just a fucking well, I am a nuke. But anyway, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. There's actually a science behind it, and it can be very dangerous if you listen to certain things or certain genres, certain moods, certain frequencies, certain tones, to the point,
Yep.
and this might sound scary, but it's again, it's an actual thing. It can be a brainwashing mechanic. So
Mm.
you need to be careful. What you consume, does it affect me? Absolutely. To the point I couldn't even count how many separate playlists I have with specific moods. I have one that's like a super villain arc type of playlist if I need to get myself out of a funk, or if I just want to
Get on
burn a
gym
lot of
time.
calories in the gym, or whatever. I got a throwback playlist. I got a sad soppy playlist if I just gotta purge out some feelings or some shit.
Right.
I got a playlist for any mood that I need that will either be present at the moment, or if I need that right then and there, or because I have my shit on shuffle. So sometimes my mood just
Same.
flippity block. You feel me? But
Oh, okay.
music is very impactful, it can be dangerous, but it can be cathartic at the same time. So yes to everything.
What about it makes it cathartic though? Because I'll let you go. Go
No,
for
no,
it.
no, no. Go ahead. See, that's a great example of me trying to work on my reaction too. Fuck.
I don't think it's a bad reaction though. I think it's because like I said, like music, because I can only speak for myself because I don't do the amount of research like you do. Because for you, I know you deep dive into shit, you know, and it's not a bad thing. But I could definitely only speak for me because I want to know these things. Like for Lewis, he says it's for him it's just entertainment. For you, it's a switch. You know, I feel like for me it could be a little bit of both, especially if whatever I'm going through, arises. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel like what you're kind of hitting the nail on the head. So I definitely want to kind of understand like a little bit more, and for even anybody that's listening, like
For sure.
how does it even go into that?
Well, when it comes to like the science part, I don't know if you've heard of this or like had someone reference this before, but there is such a thing as angelic tones or angelic frequencies. There are singers, I don't know if they're specialized or not, or they're just God-given talent, but they have a certain frequency that they sing that actually can chemically not like alter somebody, but like it could lift their mood or it can raise like whatever
Right.
funk instantaneously, whatever they were feeling before. So, and you probably heard of this as far as like, or seen it on YouTube or whatever. There's frequencies or isochronic tones that can stimulate your brain to either alleviate your mood or it could calm whatever blockage you have in your chakra places or whatever. It could be like physical or metaphysical or even spiritual. So like let's say you listen to just a calming, not like a lo-fi, but like a calming just tone or a binaural beat. There you go.
I would say
It
lo-fi kind of counts as that, low key, if you think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
like stuff like that. It eases you. It puts you at ease. You could have been in turmoil, but you put that on. You're like, let me breathe. Let me relax. Everything is
Right.
cool. It's kind of like a reset. It also works on the flip side, the inverse.
Right.
I've heard satanic hymns, actual satanic hymns and tones before, and immediately my body reacted and I needed to leave that area, and I've never had that before, ever. So I've experienced that firsthand. So
Damn.
yeah, it's some wild shit. So a lot of the stuff actually on that side is kept under wraps for obvious reasons because it's very dangerous and it can be very dangerous. Um, Usually you can see this in a cult. You can see this in different forms of witchcraft or any sort of sacrifice. You hear chanting. Chanting goes in that as well.
Hey, nah, stay away from that shit. Hold on.
There's a reason why you need to.
Yo.
It's not even just being like just seeing the ritual. You simply just hearing it, you can be just as exposed. So people
That's
need to be
crazy.
careful. The thing is, like, we don't really think about this or experience it just because we're so conditioned to a certain music formula or a certain arrangements of music versus just like if you just hear one tone for like 30 minutes, your body's going to react a whole different way than you're used to. But like that's just scratching the surface of it. There's a whole lot more that I'm not even aware of, but I know enough. Like if your body reacts a certain way to music, that shows you like the length and like the depth that music can have. So
Damn, that's crazy. I never really thought about it like that. This is why you do the research, bro.
no man, like, and it's most of it is like just from experience and just from observation. I really don't deep dive like I want to because at the same time I don't want to scare myself. And because there's a
Yeah, that's
lot in the
fresh.
world that's just like, oh shit, okay, well, I can't unsee it, but it's just if I could
No,
think it, most
that's
likely it
fine.
exists. So just be careful.
Drake had dropped Iceman
Here we go.
on the 15th of May.
Mm.
And on top of that, he dropped two other albums. So in total, he has dropped a total of 3 albums,
Yes, sir.
which is something that really caught me by surprise. There were no
I got
notice,
it to
no
do.
talks of him, dropping any exclusive or any additional albums. I focused mainly on Iceman. So we'll talk about Iceman, and let me see if my guest is ready so we can have this interesting
A
conversation.
few moments later.
My guest, little brother himself, left arm the Oni.
What's good, y'all?
Give it up. Give it
Surprise appearance.
Yeah,
It's
so
great to be here.
This is his first time on the pod. And so, little bro, we are talking about Drake's new album, Iceman, outside of the other 2 albums that he dropped.
Meltman?
You said Trash Man? What'd you say?
Meltman?
Well, Meltman. Yeah. So, Lewis, I would like to hear your take on the album. I would like to hear your thoughts and for you to tell me why it is the number that you rated it as such.
Yes, yeah. So I rated it overall 8 out of 10. Reason why I only didn't like 3 songs for real. The other songs either liked or thought it was good. I never thought. No, outside of those 3 songs, which we can get to, but we go through the. Are we going song by song? Like how y'all want to do it?
Oh, we can go song by song. I would like to kind of keep it a little tight knit. If we can kind of just not breeze past it, but we can definitely go through the songs that you liked, the songs you didn't like, and kind of keep it that way. And that'll be that.
I'll go with songs I didn't like. I didn't like going through it. Shebang, I didn't really like. He was kind of just bullshitting. Not gonna lie to you.
Okay,
Um,
that's fair.
the songs I didn't like. Don't worry, I didn't like. And what's the other one I didn't like? B is on the table. Those
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Honestly, that's
was
valid.
really rocking with those 3.
All 3 of those was low-key buns.
Is what I'm
Low
saying.
key. It's high
But
key.
the rest of this shit, bro, we starting from track 1. Make them cry. Solid intro, bro. Barred up. Hella bars on that one.
Okay.
3 different beats on it, so he had like 2 beat switches, so 3 different beats in it. He had some standout lines. You fucking a dude. What he said? You fucking do at the spot that I gave to your Jesus. That shit stood out to me because I didn't know what that meant.
What?
Yeah, you fucking a dude. You fucking a dude at a spot that I got for your Jesus. I don't know what that meant. That's what the quote. At 3 minutes and 14 seconds, he says that shit. Second line that stood out for me was, "You keeping options open." That's some me shit. That part was funny. I think that was in the second beat, and the last line that stuck out to me was, "My dad has cancer. Got me battling stages."
Okay, wait. Say that line again.
My
Which
dad
line was
has
it?
cancer. Got me battling stages.
That's no.
You remember the
Is
part?
that a
Remember
real
the part
bar?
when he says, "I'm battling ages." Hold on. Let me go.
By the way, y'all, I haven't listened to these albums. Y'all know I don't fuck with Drake, so this is my first time hearing of this. So
Yeah, my dad got cancer right now. We battling stages. I'm 40 right now. I'm battling ages. That was the last few lines of the first song. Now, obviously, that line could stick out to me because my mom had cancer. She passed away 2024. So that shit is like, okay, I felt that line. I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this album. Next song, Dust. I like this song too. I gave this song. Oh, first song I gave 8 out of 10. Second song, Dust. I gave 9 out of 10. Solid song. I like the girls from Atlanta. It was like it felt like it was like an atmospheric vibe. It was flowy. I rock with it. Great production, feel good music. I like the intro, the singing. Then when the beat switched, he turned up. That part was dope. The hooks was dope too. What he said. Oh, in the beginning, the intro when he goes, all numbers are final, no t-shirts, no vinyl. That means I'm doing numbers and it ain't no bundles, ain't no tricks. I'm not. This ain't get a ticket to the show, bundle deal with the album. This is real numbers, straight up. He was popping. He was popping this shit on this one. And then he goes, I don't remember it going like that. You said he had these 60 years, but I don't even remember it going like that. 9 out of 10 for that song. Next song, Whisper My Name. I gave 7 out of 10. It was a chill rap song, subliminal disses.
Brother.
He had a beat switch, great flow switches. His flow was crazy on this one. Only thing I didn't like was the hook. It was a lackluster hook, but he had some funny lines in it. 7 out of 10. Boom. Song 4, we got Janice STFU. This was my favorite song on the album, hands down. This song was bangs in the whip.
Oh my god!
I was turned up so crazy to this. And if you listen to the intro, he was inspired by the first 15 seconds. If you listen closely, it's the same type of flow of "Hey There, Delilah," just dragged out a little bit, slowed down. You just gotta peep it. You guys gotta peep it.
You go.
Yeah. Hold on, let me play it. Let me play it.
No, please don't. Please. Oh, I cannot wait to give my. I cannot wait to give my take.
She texted me, "Hey there, Delilah. I was lost in New York City, and your yeah." So yeah, I like the inspiration he pulled from that. That was dope. And then when he got into the song itself, woo, that beat was crazy. Beat was knocking. I was turned up. I even like the Migo flow at the end. It was tough. It was hard. He said, and then the line that stood out to me, I think he was talking. I don't know who he was talking to, but it sounded like he was talking to somebody specifically when he said there's a difference between niggas getting you out of your deal versus letting you out of your deal. So I was like, okay, I don't know who he's talking to specifically. Maybe Kendrick, maybe not. I don't know. But next song, that song I gave that 10 out of 10. That was my shit.
Wow, you gave that song. Okay, continue.
Yeah, that was my shit.
That was probably the worst song.
Wilding.
That was the
next
worst
song,
fucking
5,
song on
we
the
got
album.
Ran to Atlanta Future. Man, I love and Future and Molly Santana. Molly Santana is one of Future's new artists. So been him on a song, boom. I get it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Strip club music, catchy. Ain't nothing too crazy about it. 7.5 out of 10. Next song I have Shebang, Skip. That's a Skip song. I don't like that song. We don't even gotta talk about that song. I gave it a 6 out of 10. You don't even gotta talk about that shit.
Wow, that's
Next
rated
song,
higher than what I rated it.
Oh wow, yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. The beat was still cool, his flow was cool, but he wasn't. It was very lackluster. Number 7, we got Make Them Pay. Now this is introspective Drake, 5-minute track. You already know what he's gonna do on this one, bro. You already know what he's gonna do on this one. I like the Kanye inspired hook. I like how he's positioning himself the whole album. Like he's basically saying, I'm that dude because the industry is going against me crazy, and I'm about to be free from this deal, and they don't know how to react to it. I got Lucian Grange going crazy. Yeah, he was popping it on this song. And then one part that he mentioned, 1 minute 50 seconds, he mentioned that he was popping since 2009. Bro, 2009, I'm 26 right now, so that's been about 16 to 15 years. 16 to 15 years we've been listening to this nigga, bro. That's crazy. All right, next song we have
Google.
So far gone.
we have Burning Bridges, track 8. This song was firing me. I got 9 out of 10. He was crazy.
Oh my god.
Long note I said I love how the first part before the beat switch was a conversation. Okay, the concept was the conversation he was having with a woman that he's perhaps seeing romantically, stating that he cannot relocate because where he's at he's loved, and it would be like turning back on his people if he left. So I love how he positioned that for that first part of the song. And then he continued to position himself as being that dude in the game. Love the beat switch. And then when the beat switched, this part was funny. When he dissed ASAP Rocky, when he said, "Your baby mama ain't even post your single." You get body.
I got something for that.
He talking about
Bro,
Rihanna?
he was talking
Yes,
about
bro.
ASAP Rocky.
He was talking about
ASAP
This
Rocky.
nigga. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault.
Your baby mama ain't even post your single. I was like, nah, that's look like he's insinuating that your album was so trash that not even your wife wanted to post that bullshit, bro. That was I like how he did that. I like how he did that, bro. Like,
Mind you,
bro,
I got something for that. I got something for that exact thing.
Hold on. I want to ask y'all a question.
Go for it.
Please.
If you're a rapper, let's say on ASAP Rocky level, and your wife is Rihanna,
Okay.
wouldn't you want her to post her album?
No, I don't give a fuck. That's Rihanna. That's forever money. She can post another.
Well, I mean,
But
to
if
be fair,
if Rihanna posts
she
your
congratulated
album,
him on getting #1 with that album though on Twitter.
that's cool. What I'm saying is, we know that Rihanna can boost album sales, right?
Okay.
For sure.
So why wouldn't she post your husband's album to help boost his sales?
Why would he care?
Because he doesn't need it.
Exactly.
It's ASAP Rocky.
Exactly.
And then on top of
Married to
that,
Rihanna.
If y'all,
That's like
together,
saying, oh, why didn't Kelly Uchis boost Don Toliver's album? Don don't need that.
I don't know who Kelly. Who's
Oh,
that? I don't
bro.
know who Kelly
Okay.
is.
you're a fucking lie if you don't know who Kelly
no,
Uchis is, dog.
There's no way.
He's
There's
not.
no way.
Are you serious,
no-
Lewis?
I don't know who y'all.
No, that's a thoroughbred.
Is he a
right
singer or
here.
something?
Yes, sir.
This nigga's a lie. This nigga's a lie. You're triggering me. You don't know who Kelly Uchis is?
Is it a singer, actor? Did he
She's
name
a
songs
singer.
in a movie?
She's a singer.
She's a singer.
singer.
What's the song that we all know by her?
Have you ever listened to Drugs and Hell?
Oh,
Have
drugs
you-
and melodies, bro.
Or
Have you listened to Get You by Daniel Caesar featuring Kelly Uchis? Have you listened to See You Again?
But you right there, like you ain't never heard of that?
Nah. Yeah,
You ever heard of Sad Girls Need Money?
Have you listened to Dead to Me?
Dead to Me is a banger, bro.
You're dead to me.
No. I did.
Yo!
I'm about to put you on game to some real music
I'm
at
out
some
the
point, but
I'm out the loop. What was the point? Where were you?
we're talking about Rihanna.
Oh yeah, ASAP Rocky, yeah, Rihanna, yeah. But yeah, my point was, bro, maybe there's something to it. There's something to it. Anyways, moving forward, where we was at? Great song. I gave it Burning Bridges 9 out of 10. Boom. Moving forward, we got
Yo,
National
toss me
Treasures.
the rock. Toss me the rock.
Fire beat. I love the beat switch. W flows, but it was feel good music. It definitely, like you said, it impacted my mood. It made me feel good. I even like how I usually don't like he kept repeating together like first part of the song. It was part of like a scheme he was doing. I fuck with it, but I usually don't fuck with that type of things like in battle rap. Move forward from that. My favorite line that stood out when he said, "I must have been thinking in the spur of the moment because Kawhi." Wait. Yeah, why didn't I write it right? I didn't write it right. Must have been thinking in the spur of the moment because why did we think we can get us a ring? Kawhi is the Kawhi Leonard bar with the spur thing. I didn't write it out right, so that's on me. I'm fucking the line up. Next song, bees on the table. Trash. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Trash. I don't like it.
Still way higher than what I rated it. Okay.
Yeah, 5 out of 10. Next song, 11. What did I miss? That came out before. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I like the song. It's cool.
Because it came out last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I had that note right. All right, go for it.
Track 12, we got Plot Twist. First thing I thought, oh, Drake back banging now. We doing the Mob Ties thing. It reminded me of that song, Mob Ties with on Scorpion. I gave this song a 7 out of 10. It was alright. It was cool. It was decent. Next song, Too Hard for Radio. Trash. I didn't like it. Skipped it. Next song we got Make Them Remember. I got this 8 out of 10. Intro, yeah, it wasn't hard for the radio at all. Track 14, I like Introspective Drake, another introspective Drake song. Very bar heavy on this one. A lot of shit went over my head. My favorite part when he got to the y'all thought I was done, you know, on the one da 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 da. Like when he got into that bag, he got into the flow state on this track. Way too many bars. Like I said, went over my head. I'm the golden goose shaking up with some Lucian's house was a bar that stood out to me at the 1 minute mark. Then he had this line, you be at the flea market. he was saying, I'm A market, you B market, C market. All of them was a D market. You be at the flea market, and then apparently in Toronto that means you snitching and went for a plea bargain. That's basically what he was saying on that line. Next song, Lil Birdie. Lil Birdie can be hit or I can see how it could be hit or miss for a lot of people, but I liked it because it was like a Kodak Black type of song. It definitely tell that it was inspired by him. It was dope. I rock with it. I gave this song 7 out of 10. Next song, Don't Worry. That's a skip. I don't like that song. It's done. Track 17, Firm Friends. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Conductor produced the beat. Shout out to Conductor. Another introspective beat. Introspective song by Drake. I like the Tupac line he had in there. And then my favorite line of the song is when he said, I didn't break up a happy home, baby. You put up on me. That shit was funny as hell. I like that line. And then the last song, Make Them Know, I gave that a 5 out of 10. So overall, I only had 3 skips, and my overall grade was 7 to 8. So, like I said, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 album to me. Production was great. I like his flow. He beat switches. I definitely felt hyped. The beginning of the album was my favorite part. That had me jumping. I like the beats. I'm glad Future and Drake is back together making music. You know, maybe we can get a What a Time to Be Alive Part 2. We need that. Streets need that.
Oh, brother!
Yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah, y'all can go now. Y'all can go.
I was gonna let Ron go first because he has like all the notes and stuff, and we obviously mostly agreed. I do have like a couple of little things, but that's just a little add-ons, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because we listened to the album like early in the morning. We listened to it like 9 in the morning, and a lot of our looks was just.
When I tell you, like every
how many times did y'all listen to the album? Just that one time?
I listened to it outside. So outside of the first listen, I listened to it 3 more times. Like actually listened to it. So I listened to it a total of 4.
I
right,
as well
same.
listened to
Same.
it an additional 3 more times. So I also listened to it 4 times.
Word. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
And my opinions, they still haven't
Remain the
changed. They remain the same. So I'm gonna give my overall thoughts before I go into the songs. So my overall thoughts about Drake's Iceman is that this album feels like Drake is on autopilot.
Okay.
Not in the sense that he still can't make good music, because the songs on the album might make them pay, Firm Friends and Make Them Know, prove that he absolutely can. But it feels like he's choosing not to lock in all the way. There's no hunger, nor is there any urgency. And the biggest issue of this album is lack of intention. It's like he had ideas but didn't fully commit to any of them. And what makes it worse is that you can hear the better album inside this one. Every time a song starts getting good, the beat either switches for no reason, loses focus, or he waters it down with a weak ass hook. It's frustrating because it's not a talent issue, because we know Drake is talented. It's an effort issue.
Especially with how he hyped this album up. He hyped this album up, you know, since last year. You know what I'm saying? This man had the whole ice block thing, and then he had the whole let's blow up the earth thing for the album release. And so obviously going into it, expectations were high. You know what I'm saying? Especially after everything that happened with the beef and his last album. This album was supposed to be something that was okay. He's gonna come back hard. He's gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And all that.
He for the talk his shit. Like he's gonna focus on himself rather than the beef, rather than Kendrick.
Precisely.
And it just wasn't that. Had niggas out there pulling free labor. For what? What are we doing? The FSP episode that we did, we talked about how one of the streamers, I believe, found the date because there were people that were going out and, you know, they were looking, and I thought, you know, it's cool. Like, we're having,
dope, yeah.
you know, the fans, you know, engage in, you know, really cool marketing strategy. Which is why I said the joke about the, you know, the free labor thing. But in a sense, this feels like a continuation of the same Drake we've been getting since her loss. The same flows, same subject matter, and the same safe pockets. It feels like nothing here pushes his sound forward. It's the same shit. And it's not a bad album. It's just a careless one. When it comes to production, I agree that production value, it's an 8 out of 10. It's just the nigga that's rhyming on the beats, it's not. It just makes the album value decrease by 2 points. Wow. So, Make Them Cry, which has 3 beat switches, I gave it an 8 out of 10. First song, first listen, I was like, oh shit. Like, this Drake is he's coming back. That was my thought process because it made me think about Scary Hours, For All the Dogs Scary Hours, the second disc to For All the Dogs. And I thought it was great. So I gave that song an 8 out of 10. Dust.
And it was nice and strong. It was a strong hook. You know what I'm saying? To start off.
Dust, I gave it 3 out of 10. And my take on that was, it sounds like another version of Virginia Beach or another intro. Has another meaningless beat switch, talking about nothing and repeating the same thing. It just had no replay value, and it was just another fucking song. It just wasn't worth it. Whisper My Name, another decent song. Definitely a head bop, despite the bar. I'm doing my big one, you doing a little one. What kind of man are you? A middle one. That bar made my ass itch.
What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, explain.
The lyrics reminded me as if I'm listening to Dr. Seuss.
Hold on. Those are very simple lines. What don't you understand?
That is a trash ass bar. It's like I'm reading
but he
a
said,
Dr.
what
Seuss.
do you mean? I would say it's a trash
It
bar.
reminded me as
said,
if I'm reading a Dr. Seuss book, Green Eggs and Ham. I don't want that. I'm expecting a little bit more, especially from Drake. Drake has had way more.
He knows how to fucking. He knows how to rhyme.
But what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing my big one. You doing a little one. What kind of man are you? A middle one. What the fuck am I listening to, bro? I don't know.
Different types of songs, bro.
Bro,
bro. Drake throughout this album.
Introspective, bro. 4 out of 10.
Yes.
Janice STFU. 3 out of 10. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that shit. I feel like the minute, because the funny thing is when we sat there and listened to it, we was like, "Nah, bro, turn that shit off." Like, we had to literally go back to listen to the song like afterwards because it already started on bullshit. Like, and like you explained,
go ahead, my bad.
the song like shit was,
no, that shit was
in my personal opinion.
Yeah, wild. We all think of the beat.
The beat was fine. It's just,
you know what I'm saying.
My thing is,
so the beat was fire, but
the beat was fine. It's just the performance wasn't good. Like, I was expecting more.
Okay, right, yeah.
Ran to ATL, I thought was pretty fire because Future carried that song.
For sure, bro. Now, granted, I'll say this: Drake did he did his thing on that song, but honestly,
it could have been better.
I feel like if Future had not been on that song, I feel like the song wouldn't have been as good. You know what I'm saying? If it was just Drake, then it wouldn't have hit as much as it did with having Future. And hell, even Molly, you know, she did her thing, you know, a little bit.
What?
On the song as well. Molly Santana.
She did until she kept repeating she did her thing until she kept repeating the Hannah Montana bar.
Hannah Montana. But you know, her
She did that
little,
4
shit,
times. Like, what do you mean she did her? She all right.
not that,
Okay.
not that verse, but the verse prior to her saying all that extra shit.
Yeah, she did what she did her thing. She
She
did
had
what
a
she
12-bar
did.
verse, bro.
Still better
4
than what
bars
Drake had put
repeating
out.
the same line. Tripping.
Still better than what Drake put out.
I see what y'all on today. Okay.
What's the next, how
Shebang,
you feel about the next song? Mm-hmm.
Shebang, 3 out of 10. And when it came to Shebang, think about reading a book and they emphasize a word that they want you to focus on in bold. That pretty much wraps up this song.
Meaning gonna be shebang. All
That's
of my
what
ups,
that's
they
what-
dead. Like,
That's
bro. Like, no, bruh.
that's what sums up what Shebang was, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, I definitely.
literally every word was in bold. Like, what the fuck?
Every word was in crazy.
Make them pay. Honestly, in my personal opinion, probably the best song out of the entire album.
Okay.
This was what I was hoping the album would be. The song was a vibe. I caught that he dissed Cole and Kendrick again, which was pretty crazy. Which I didn't catch on the first listen. The second listen, I caught it and I was like, oh shit. The beat definitely gave me Kanye vibes. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's a song for me, in my personal opinion, that has replay value for sure.
How you feel about the line when he said, "Who is this guy? I guess him is just in 100 million streams vanish. Ain't got no questions for niggas."
Bro, that again goes back into the Kendrick thing. Why are we talking about Kendrick? Why are we talking about UMG? Like, nigga, focus on the rap, nigga.
He got to address how he
But
got to address.
Regardless of anything, there was a time for the beef, right?
Yeah.
That's when all that extra shit. There was a time and a place for that. And guess what? During that time and place,
You should have addressed it then.
Precisely. And
but it's
at
like,
that
why?
time, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. He had 2 years.
It's
2
in
years.
poor taste. Like, even if you're doing a beef, if you bring up stuff after a definitive victory, then it's a reputation. You're sowing your own reputation at that point. Let it die. Let it be. If you bring it back, that's on your ass then.
I think it's a good move because you know the audience going to know how he feels. Like, since
it's too late though.
And he's addressing.
He fucking sued UMG. It literally showed us how the nigga felt, bro. He sued. He sued after Kendrick had watched him on Not Like Us.
But that
already shows him how he felt.
To be fair,
that doesn't negate the audience wanting him to address it on
that Drake was a sore
because this fucking fan base is fickle and they're brainwashed by just because he's Drake, I'm just gonna stand by him even though the beef was dead long time ago. Keep that shit dead because here's what's gonna happen. Then Kendrick's gonna come back and then what? The beef restarted. We don't need that shit no more because someone's gonna.
Kendrick's not gonna say anything.
And at the end of the day, let's keep it a bean. This beef wouldn't have happened if Drake wasn't on bullshit. If Drake wasn't on bullshit and didn't get all butthurt and in his feelings about Kendrick's control verse, this would have never happened. Let's keep it a bean.
That's true. Anyway.
So had Drake not sat up here, oh no, that's fake as shit. Bro, you're in the rap game. Everybody wants to be number one at the end of the day.
Damn.
But, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's still friendly competition.
Right. What did Pop say on Friday? You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. Drake tried to pull up after the fact. And guess what? Here come Craig with a brick. You should have stayed your nope. And that was going to be my question of like, okay, when it came to this Drake album, is he making disses at Kendrick? That was my only question because if he was, then fuck that nigga. Because why?
There was definitely
It wasn't just.
It wasn't direct, but it was like subtle.
Okay.
Like jabs.
Okay.
Hold on. He wasn't. He jabbed. He made jabs at Kendrick. He dissed Cole for sure. He jabbed Rick Ross. Who Who else?
DJ Khaled,
he right.
Palestine bar.
He
Beefing with everybody. What the fuck?
He dissed DJ Khaled. And my
I think
thing
that nigga
is,
diss Mustard as well.
he did diss Mustard. I forgot which song he did. He dissed him on fucking Too Hard for the Radio? And we'll get to that in a second. But my issue is with Drake is when it comes to this album, it should have been one of those things where he should have did some shit where it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I had, I brought Kendrick back out. You know what I'm saying? I lost. It is what it is. I'm going to take it on the chin, but we're going to get back to business. Like, he should have did something along those lines. It's just rap, bro. Like, why the fuck do you got to keep mentioning niggas in your music?
Because that's what he does.
They clearly don't give a
the
fuck.
Audience wants to hear.
And you think the audience is cool?
But see, that's the thing.
But he's appeasing the audiences. He shouldn't be focused on He shouldn't be focused on them niggas.
Focus on his audience. What do y'all hear?
Nigga, do you hear what we're saying? He's focusing on trying to appease motherfuckers who don't give a fuck.
I told you, the audience wants to hear how he feels about the situation past tense.
We don't give him no fuck. You lost.
Do we literally? We just talked about this. We literally just talked about this.
The audience does.
Why do you care?
Why do you care?
He's not gonna fuck you, gang. He's not gonna get you no tickets to the front of the fucking. He's not gonna get you no tickets to the front of the concert, bro.
His music is why I care. No, it's impacting his music is why he even mentioned it on the album. He mentioned, I think, probably the first song. He said he's concerned at how people would view the album.
Whose fault was that?
That's why I care.
Whose fault was that?
What?
He was worried about how his album was
That's
going to be received. Hold
on, guys. What I said was he cares about how people views his album.
Okay.
All artists care about how people view their work.
Okay.
Right or wrong? So when you say whose fault is that? There's no fault. Me, you, Ron, we care about how people perceive the work that we put out, right?
I see where you're going. However, for me, at least,
is it different for
that's
Drake?
A vague way to try to overcoat an overall or a universal thing. But in this context, he's specifically dissing people because of the reasons that we know. So why would Drake's fan base care about how do you feel about the whole feud between you and Kendrick past tense? Why would you even care? Why would the fan base even care?
Mind you, 2 years ago,
Like, what's going on?
Like, no, like, literally.
I don't think y'all hearing me. The fans care because it impacts the music.
Impacts his music.
How does it impact the music? I want you to explain it to me.
That he says it. He says that it impacts. He cares about how people view his music.
Okay,
and a part of it has to do with the
but he's on his Homelander
of
shit.
course.
He's on his Homelander shit.
But just in general,
being
everybody cares about how their art is viewed. I don't think that's. Why is that so like hard to reconcile?
What's your take on people being a dead horse?
Oh man, if it's over with, it's over with. Let it be over with.
Okay.
He didn't exactly do that.
But
he didn't do that. He dissed Cole over. Okay. Hold on. Go for it.
But if you know your audience wants to know how you feel about how the shit that just happened to you, how's it impacting your life? How is it impacting you moving forward? That's something I will probably address on the album because that's what the fuck my fans want to hear. What is wrong with y'all, bro? It's common sense.
That's a weak ass nigga.
Wow.
He should do a singing album about
what
that
his
shit.
fans want to hear.
He wants to do feelings.
He's weak for addressing what his fans want to. Okay, y'all got it, bro. Yeah, I see what like I said from the beginning, I see what y'all on today. Y'all got it.
This nigga can sit up here and diss Cole all fucking day because he didn't want to sit up here and choose sides. But this nigga can get back on, right? He can be cool with a nigga who kick-started the fucking beef. He can be cool with Future, but he can't fuck with Cole because Cole didn't want to choose sides.
Right? How you gonna pick a fight with Cole when Cole put himself out the game? But you want to sneak this?
But you're gonna let Future back on the album, right? And be cool with Future, And that nigga's song like that, he was on the song with Kendrick and Metro, and at that
if
time
you
Drake
actually
was
listen to the
beefing
song,
with
if
both
you
of
actually
them.
listen to the song where he addressed Cole, he said that J. Cole was not picking up the fucking phone. What are y'all talking about?
Why wasn't he picking up the phone?
That's
Oh my
between them,
God,
bro.
bro.
But why
That's
are you?
between
You're
them.
defending him though, as if that was a good choice to do.
Hold on. We're
No, you're right.
Hold
You're right.
on.
You're right. You're right.
we're halfway through the take. Once we get towards the end, because it's probably just gonna get worse out. So make them pay, right? So at the end of the day, I hear what Lewis is saying about the contract situation. That's fine. He dropped all 3 albums because he wanted to get out of the deal. Regardless, if you're trying to get out of a deal, in my opinion, the fucking music should still matter to some degree, regardless if you're trying to get out of your deal or not. If anything, it explains why the music sounds the way it do. I can acknowledge Drake might have been moving strategically. That's cool. But at the end of the day, we're not grading strategy. At least I'm not. Clearly Lewis is grading strategy. I'm grading the album. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Lewis gave it an 8 out of 10. Production wise, again, I gave it an 8 out of 10 because production wise, the beats were great. He said overall the album was an 8 out of 10. Again, I disagree. Because at the end of the day, when I press play, I'm not thinking about UMG deals or contract obligations. I'm thinking about, does this shit sound good or not? If it doesn't hit, then it doesn't fucking hit. And honestly, if the excuse is he was trying to get out of the deal, then that almost makes it worse, because now you're telling me that this isn't even about something great. It was about just getting the shit done, just getting it out. And I don't like that energy, you know? So yeah, it might make sense business wise, but musically, I'm calling a spade a spade. It was bullshit, and I'm gonna stand on that. Simple as that. Whoever else listens to the album, y'all may feel how y'all feel. Some of y'all might disagree, but that's just my opinion. And I'm pretty sure out of everybody who has listened to the album pretty much says the same thing. It felt rushed. I can just post the photos. Was common sense here? And nobody has to agree with me when I say this. Expectations just don't fall out of the sky. After the situation involving Drake and Kendrick, a lot of people expected growth and at least a little bit of a shift in tone when it came to this album, because this album was highly hyped. But instead, when it came to the fans, or at least some of the tweets and threads and comments I was seeing, it was like the same theme. Bro's been leaning on it for years when it came to betrayal, distance, shifting to loyalty. That's his thing. He's been playing on that for years. So some people call it consistency, some people call it growth, others call it repetition. And at that point, I feel like it becomes less about the fans and more about the narrative on why that keeps showing up in his music in the first place. So say what you want, feel how you feel. That's just my perspective on it. I'm done talking about it. So y'all enjoy what's left of this video, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Also, Lewis, I'm not gonna lie, that little hand talking gesture you did, it really said a lot. It added a lot of depth to our conversation, especially after you had a lot to say earlier, but now you end up switching to a mime act. We're all adults here, bro. I understand that we have a lot of different opinions, but there is no need to be childish like that. Like, come on now. 9 out of 10. Thought it was a great song. Burning Bridges. 3 out of 10. Lazy writing.
Wow.
National Treasures. Would have been a great song if a beat switch wasn't added. Because the nigga hit a flow state.
Oh my God.
As soon as the beat switch comes on, it just ruined the entire song. So I gave
It's
that a
broke
5 out
like
of 10.
That
Legos.
was my favorite part. What the, y'all, wow, okay.
The beat switch, bro.
Yeah. A
The
national
nigga
treasure?
literally, dog. He entered a
was dope.
flow state in the first half of the song.
I was saying,
I'm expecting this nigga to go ahead and rummage this motherfucker down as soon as a beat. And it was crazy. I don't understand why, and I literally said this in my thoughts. He ruined most of his songs with the beat switches, except for one.
You're a wild. I like the beat switches for the most part. I'm tripping.
But there's too many beats. Not every song needed a beat switch.
Not every,
Like, it's cool
not
if
every
one
song
or
needed a
two
beat switch.
songs, right?
Make Them
But,
Cry was
like,
cool. Make Them Cry was
Are
cool.
y'all aware of
So-
what type of album this is, bro? He
Inform
dropped
us.
3 albums in one day.
Congrats.
What does that tell y'all?
Three albums that
Does
were
he want
not
a
needed.
cookie or like what the?
This nigga had a main course and 2 side dishes, and the 2 side
Y'all
dishes
not
were
hearing
horrible.
me. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me.
Bro,
He dropped 3 albums in one day. What does that tell y'all?
That any nigga can do that.
Anybody can do that. I can almost guarantee you
Okay,
if
so
any
y'all don't
nigga
know the
dropped 3
reasoning
albums.
behind it. He's
Then tell
trying
us
to get
the
out of
reason.
his deal, guys.
Tell us the reason.
He's trying to get out of his UMG deal. If y'all listening to the album, he was talking about Lucien Grange, the CEO of UMG, Universal Music Group, the whole time. Why? Because they beefing.
Okay.
He's trying to get out the deal. He dropped these 3 albums to get out of the deal.
Okay. Good for him.
That's that. So y'all trying to judge it like it's a take care album. Like it's a
No, it's a Drake album. It's a Iceman. It's an album.
It's a get out of the deal album. Was Future? You remember Future dropped 3 albums? The Future Hendrix and the other shit he dropped. Those were the get out of the deal albums. Are y'all expecting the best shit on it?
Yes.
Nigga, it's an album, regardless of whether he's trying to get out the deal.
if this nigga dropped
Don't put
3
out bullshit.
albums, if this
Okay.
nigga's dropping 3 albums, yes, I'm expecting him to actually have some shit worth listening to.
Right.
Habibti and fucking what was the other one? Habibti and Maid of Honor
Maid of Honor.
was fucking trash. Nigga, how are you gonna have your
Maid of
mom?
Honor? I wouldn't call it trash. I like
shit was butt.
I would call that trash. But
Bro,
Habibti,
your
yeah,
shit
I
was-
like
How
it
do you
trash.
have your mom? How do you have your
I
mom
don't like
as the
Habibti.
cover of your album and the first song you have called Ho Phase?
What? That's wildin'. I didn't know that. That's wildin'. What the fuck?
How? Make it make sense.
No,
please.
that's gotta be a better reason for
Hey,
that.
that ain't got nothing to do with the music, but anyways.
It was trash.
So what song we at? We at Bees on the Table?
Where we at? B is on the table, 3 out of 10. He ain't talk about shit. Especially since it's 21 and Drake. Them niggas had a whole album together. Definitely has some hits on Her Loss, but I was expecting more. So yeah, that was that. What did I miss? Of course, it came out last year. I gave it an 8 out of 10 just because, I mean,
Okay.
what else, you know?
Word.
Plot twist. The beat was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The verse was, I think it was his second verse. I think he had 2 verses, right? He had 2 verses. The second verse was dope. I don't know why, but when and it's funny because we had this conversation about how he switches his tones. You know, because I think you asked me in the last pod, do I like Caribbean Drake or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I was just like, no. I was actually, because he started doing the little UK accent. So I was like, oh shit, Central C's about to be on this bitch. And for some reason, we didn't get Central C. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like if Central C was on this song,
You got it
I
on
think
Made
he
It
would've snapped.
on other album. You got Central C on the album. Remember
Yeah, I know.
Which one?
I don't.
Which one? Hey. Yeah, that shit going up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's alright. It was alright.
That's which one.
But plot twist, I gave that a 5 out of 10. Yeah, too hard for the radio. The first half of the song was definitely a bop. Definitely a song you listen to if you were with your group of friends driving downtown in Cali. And then, of course, there's a beat switch. The second half was like if Squabble Up had Down syndrome.
Bro, I read that. I was hollering at the house.
Make them remember. My take on this was third time's the charm. It seems like anything with the word "make" is a vibe on the album. I gave that a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Little Birdie, 4 out of 10. I feel like that song is just for background work. So if you were like, I don't know, working on a project or something, you just throw that on the background, and that'll be that. What else? Don't Worry. Seemed like something that should be on Sexy Songs for You. I gave that a 3 out of 10. Firm
Same.
Friends. Firm Friends.
Conductor.
That's a Conductor beat. You can't fuck up anything with Conductor on it. That's a 9 out of 10. Make Them Know. That's definitely a drive around the neighborhood type of song. And I gave that a 9 out of 10. So overall,
Oh, he gave them a 9 out of 10. Interesting. Okay.
yeah, once you listen to it
The
a few
flow
more
was mad
times,
repetitive. Yeah. I didn't like it because the flow was just, he just had the same shit throughout the whole song.
yeah, funny.
Same flow.
But I feel like when it comes to that, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely something you drive around the neighborhood. You know, whether you would find shit or whatever, you smoking something, you know, you just kicking it. That's definitely a song you kind of just,
Nice.
you know, relax to.
I like that. Whether you would
Y'all
find
know
shit.
what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Overall album rating, 6.5.
Okay, so it's not trash.
Yeah, it's just a careless album.
Damn.
It's not a bad
You
album.
said it was trash.
It was a
It's not a bad album. It's a careless one.
compared to others.
Compared to CLB, this album is trash. Certified Lover Boy was way better than this.
For sure.
Views,
Better. I don't know about
way better.
but it was better.
Oh my gosh.
It was way better. There was way more variety on CLB than there was with this album. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm sorry.
There's more variety. I agree.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. So, y'all let us know in the comments. How did y'all feel about this Drake album? How do you guys feel about music merging with you, personally, merging with your personality, so on and so forth? And yeah. So I just want to say thank you for my brother left on the Oni coming on. This is a really awkward outro, but fuck it, we're gonna keep it
Very
in.
much so. But it's been a pleasure to have me here. You know what I'm saying? I did very much
And his mic cut out.
conversation about albums. Fucking You hear me?
If you want to fund Sean a new mic, you can go to his OnlyFans and then.
Yo, yikes.
Yeah. Actually, that's little
If you like-
redacted.
If you guys agreed or liked any of Lewis's takes, you can go ahead and follow him at
LTG Live TV, Instagram, X, Twitch, TikTok. You know the vibes, man.
And if you want to follow me, since I'm doing my own shit, you can follow me at glitchgrave.com, glitchxgrave.com. You can find everything that I do over there. And trust me, if there's a platform, I'm probably on it, except for Threads. You will not see me on that shit, because why?
And if you guys want to go ahead and follow my little brother Left Arm Leone, you can follow him at
Left Arm Leone on Twitch, on YouTube, and also on Instagram.
and Yeet. All right, y'all. We love y'all. We are, I think, 3 subscribers away from 50. If you guys go ahead and follow us, you guys can get yourselves some beautiful merch. We already got stuff coming. We got stuff rolling. We just need y'all to take the initiative. Go ahead, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and we will see you on the next episode. Peace out.
It was